What if an interstellar object racing through our solar system isn't just a piece of drifting rock, but a nuclear-powered spacecraft, deliberately sent to test how humans would respond? Fresh images of 3I Atlas, only the third confirmed interstellar object ever observed from Earth, have sparked a storm of questions. This isn't like Oumuamua or Borisov. From the very beginning, 3I Atlas has carried with it a darker reputation. Its movement through space isn't the only thing strange about it. Our instruments began to detect signals. Not random bursts of static, but structured emissions, patterns that looked intentional. At first, astronomers assumed it was a comet. Telescopes picked it up as a faint glow on the edge of the solar system, trailing what looked like dust and gas. But as it drew closer, the glow pulsed with uncanny regularity, as though flashing in a timed rhythm. Then radio telescopes locked on and confirmed something no one expected. The bursts of light were synchronized with electromagnetic pulses. Too precise to be coincidence. Soon, observatories around the world were watching. The data was impossible to ignore. Instead of chaotic static, the object emitted sequences across multiple frequencies, pulses spaced in mathematical ratios. Prime numbers. Harmonics. Patterns that looked like code. It was as if 3I Atlas was speaking a language written in the mathematics of the universe itself. NASA, cautious as ever, hesitated to say what everyone was already thinking. The signals weren't noise. They were deliberate. And then came the detail that unsettled even hardened scientists. The emissions shifted after we pinged it. Radar beams fired from Earth seemed to trigger slight changes in strength and timing, as if the object noticed us. As if it was listening. That possibility alone was enough to divide the scientific community. Was this a probe launched from some far-off civilization, drifting across light years until it stumbled into our star system? Was it a relic of a dead culture, still running on ancient programming? Or was it something stranger, an artifact of physics we don't yet understand, an object that only looks like a machine because our own knowledge is too limited to explain it? The deeper we looked, the more the mystery grew. Its acceleration didn't quite match what gravity or cometary outgassing would explain. Tiny deviations hinted at propulsion, or at least corrections. Observatories measured its thermal profile and found something else odd. Instead of heat radiating naturally from sunlight, it seemed to maintain its own steady warmth, as though powered by an internal generator. That was when whispers began. Could it carry a nuclear engine? A fusion core? Some kind of power source designed to last thousands of years, fueling its silent passage between stars? And then came the most disturbing question. If it can transmit, is it also receiving? Could it be broadcasting our location to someone, or something else? Astronomers tore apart the emissions, breaking them down into intervals, harmonics, ratios. Hydrogen signatures appeared. Fibonacci sequences. Orbital constants. These were universal markers, the kind any advanced mind would recognize. But no one could say whether it was a greeting, a warning, or a beacon meant for a completely different audience. Maybe we weren't the intended recipients at all. Maybe we were only eavesdropping. As the object crept deeper into the solar system, the signals sharpened. Some beams even seemed to concentrate toward Earth. Was that alignment an accident? Or had it noticed us noticing it? Psychological strain began to spread among the teams watching it. Some scientists couldn't sleep, haunted by the idea that every pulse was a test. Others withdrew, unwilling to confront the possibility that Earth had been marked, catalogued, maybe even judged. The cultural ripple was immediate. Myths of sky messengers and gods returning from the stars resurfaced with new urgency. Religious leaders argued over its meaning, proof of the divine, or a sign of impending doom. Philosophers returned to a question humanity had asked for centuries. If the universe is alive with intelligence, why has it been silent until now? And what if the silence was deliberate, waiting for the right moment to break? Behind closed doors, urgency pushed against caution. Supercomputers were brought in to parse the signals. Cryptographers uncovered something unnerving: layers within layers, faint variations stacked together like woven threads. The structure was elegant, more advanced than anything humans had ever engineered. Nature could create harmonics, but not communication wrapped in multiple embedded codes. This was crafted. Worse still, the deeper they analyzed, the more the signal resembled fractals, patterns that repeat endlessly at every scale, carrying infinite complexity depending on how closely you look. It was as if the message was alive, shifting meaning the deeper it was examined. And all the while, the object itself glided on a path that defied explanation. Hyperbolic, yes, like something just passing through, but with anomalies that hinted at control. 3i Atlas was no longer just an object. It had become a presence. A silent visitor in humanity's living room, whispering in a code no one could yet understand. Every pulse ticked like a clock, steady and patient, reminding us that while we stare into the dark is staring back. What unsettled scientists most was not the strangeness but the intention. Nature surprises us. Intention terrifies us. When astronomers first spotted the faint light of an unfamiliar body crossing the edge of our solar system, they thought it was just another comet from the depths of space. But this visitor, soon named 3i Atlas, carried with it signs that challenged every expectation. Unlike Oumuamua or Borisov, the two interstellar objects detected before, Atlas revealed patterns of behavior that no one could easily explain. Its light didn't flicker randomly the way natural debris often does. Instead, it pulsed with a rhythm that felt deliberate, almost like a heartbeat echoing through the void. Radio telescopes tuned to its direction began to capture bursts of energy that matched those visual pulses. The synchronization was too exact to dismiss as coincidence. Across the world, observatories confirmed the same thing: a repeating structure in the signals, patterns that echoed mathematics and ratios found in nature itself. Hydrogen lines, Fibonacci sequences, orbital harmonics. These were not the fingerprints of chance. They hinted at design. For scientists, the discovery was exhilarating and terrifying in equal measure. Here was an object from another star system, drifting past our doorstep, yet behaving as if it carried technology within it. The more they studied, the stranger it became. Small deviations in its trajectory suggested subtle course corrections, as though Atlas were not simply tumbling through space but steering itself. Its spin remained unnaturally stable, even adjusting at times as if to face the sun, the planets, or Earth directly. Natural bodies don't behave this way. This looked like intention. The signals were the most unsettling. They didn't fade, weaken, or scatter like ordinary cosmic noise. They were steady, precise, and layered with complexity. At first they resembled simple pulses, but deeper analysis revealed hidden modulations stacked together like threads woven into a tapestry. Some researchers compared it to multiplexing, the way humans embed multiple streams of data into one channel. Nature can produce harmonics, but not structured layers designed to maximize information. To many, it was the closest thing to proof that Atlas was no mere rock. It was a machine, or at least something touched by intelligence. Governments quietly became involved, pressing scientists for answers they didn't have. Was this a probe? Was it scanning us? Could it be broadcasting Earth's location into the galaxy? The possibility that radar signals sent toward the object had already revealed our presence filled policymakers with dread. For if someone, or something, had built Atlas, then our world had just declared itself to whoever was listening. Weeks turned into months, and the transmissions never ceased. If anything, they grew sharper as the object approached the inner solar system. Some observatories claimed the emissions seemed to narrow their focus toward Earth, as though the object was aware it was being studied. Researchers who worked long nights poring over the data reported feeling watched themselves. Dreams filled with flashing patterns, auditory hallucinations of pulses, even the unsettling sense that the signal shifted slightly in response to their decoding attempts. Whether this was stress or something more was impossible to say, but the psychological toll was undeniable. High-resolution images offered no comfort. Atlas did not resemble the chaotic, lumpy shapes of comets. Its surface showed angles and ridges too regular to dismiss, almost geometric in places, like panels or scaffolds. Nature builds through impacts and erosion, but this seemed different. Some argued it was the first evidence of alien construction, a relic drifting for millennia on a mission long forgotten. Others feared it was still active, carrying out instructions with mechanical patience. The cultural impact spread quickly. Leaks reached the public, sparking debates, panic, and wild speculation. Religious leaders called it a sign from the heavens. Conspiracy theorists branded it a weapon or a harbinger of invasion. Artists painted it as an omen, while philosophers warned that humanity was standing before a test it did not understand. The object became more than data. It became a mirror reflecting our deepest hopes and fears about the unknown. But the strangest discovery came when analysts mapped the timing of its pulses. Hidden in the sequence were echoes of our own solar system, orbital ratios, planetary resonances, even details about Earth's motion around the Sun. Somehow, the signal seemed to carry knowledge of where it was, knowledge it should not have unless it had been here before, or was observing with technology far beyond anything humans could imagine. The thought chilled researchers to their core. Atlas wasn't just broadcasting. It was watching. And yet, through all of this, the signals carried no clear message. No translation, no obvious intent. They remained a puzzle, structured, meaningful, but forever out of reach. Was it a greeting? A warning? A test meant for whoever could unlock its code? Or was it never meant for humanity at all, simply a broadcast to other machines scattered across the galaxy? Each theory was more unsettling than the last, for each forced humanity to confront its own fragility. As Atlas drifted deeper into the solar system, its transmissions persisted, unwavering and indifferent to human fear. The universe had sent a messenger, but whether it offered enlightenment or danger remained hidden. The only certainty was that something out there had noticed us, and it had chosen not to remain silent. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Could Atlas be a harmless anomaly, or the first sign that we are not alone?